Alright, since you clicked on this video, I am assuming that you want to make money off fishing, but at the same time, you don't want to fish because you hate fishing. What? That's kinda weird, I'm not gonna lie. Unfortunately for you, the solution is not learn to love fishing, but you guys should definitely try fishing in Hypixel Skyblock if you haven't. It is actually not that bad compared to like foraging and farming, but if you do forage and farm, you have my respect because I know how difficult it is. Anyways, there are two words to describe the solution that I am going to give you. Loot sharing. This mechanic was added when the Crimson Isles was introduced, and a lot of people took advantage of loot sharing to get really good drops from other people's slayer bosses. Like some guy would just hit your Sven Packmaster a few times and drop an overflux capacitor and you're like, what? Where's my overflux? Anyways, the chances of getting drops are lower for people that loot share. But if you are loot sharing something that has a guaranteed drop chance, then your chances will be fairly decent. So the method to make money off fishing without fishing is to loot share jobbies that people fish up. Why? Because magma fragments are a guaranteed drop for people that fish up jobbies, which means that people that loot share will have a very high chance of getting the magma lore fragment as well. Magma lore fragments sell for around 1.5 million coins to 2.5 million coins, which is not bad. Here's the full strategy. First, you need to be able to teleport to the Crimson Isles quickly. So if you do not have the ability to access the travel scrolls to the Crimson Isles, then you just do /visit portal hub and go through the Crimson Isles portal. You have two choices. Go into the Crimson Isles and follow where I'm going. This is a very popular fishing place, and if you see that there's no one or very little people, you should switch lobbies. Once you are in a big lobby, you can AFK and wait for someone to fish up Lord Jabez. Maybe grab yourself popcorn and watch all those fishermen suffer. I'm kidding, fishing is not that bad. Or you could do this technique that I call, why are you doing this instead of fishing technique? Basically, every 1 to 2 minutes you switch Crimson Isles lobbies, and when you are in a lobby where you see people dying to Jabez, stalk those people. I mean, follow those people. After you follow someone to Lord Jabez, make sure to use ranged weapons. Examples include Yeti Sword, Midas Shovel, Axe of the Shredded, the list goes on. Just don't be those guys that decide to use their Juju Bow. Bows do not work on sea creatures. You will be surprised how many people try to kill my magma slugs with a bow when I'm fishing. And do not be the type of person to use a phantom rod. You're going to despawn Lord Jabez, and everyone will hate you for that, okay? Well, it's fine to use it as long as you're hitting Lord Jabez into a wall and not to Narnias. The most important thing when loot sharing Jabez is not magic find or looting, even though it does help, but it is actually staying alive. A lot of people die to Jabez right when he's about to die, and that means that those people will not get the loot share loot because they are too far away. To stay alive, just stay a decent distance away and try to dodge. It shouldn't be that hard to dodge, right? If you have a Wither Cloak sword, that might help you survive a bit. If you did not get any drops, then you probably aren't doing enough damage. If that's the case, just don't do this strategy anymore. Anyways, if you did loot share Jabez, you might or might not get a magma lore fragment. But for context, I have loot shared magma lore fragments around 75% of the time. It could be that I was just lucky, or that the rates are actually not too bad for people that loot share. You could also loot share the flying fish pet upgrader, but I doubt that it would ever happen. Maybe if you're the guy that won the $1 billion lottery. You could also loot share Dunder. You might be able to get yourself a flash book which sells for around the same amount as a magma lore fragment. But do not rely on getting the book because the chances of getting it is super low. I've only gotten the book drop once after like what? 20 to 30 Dunder loot shares? A guaranteed way to make some money off Dunder is to craft yourself an empty Dunder in a bottle or buy an empty Dunder in a bottle from the auction house. So when Dunder dies, you can right click the ground with an empty Dunder in a bottle to fill it up. Once it fills up to 50,000, you can sell the bottle for more money. But I don't think this method is the best for filling up the Thunder in a bottle. Probably the best method is killing Mage Outlaw over and over again because it gives you 1,000 per kill. Also, I recommend you not to use Thunder in the bottle inside dungeons because I heard there was a white bug going on with dungeons and Thunder in the bottle. Anyways, just fish. The weird money making method might make you some money, but like if you just level up your fishing and go fish with other fishermen, you can make more money than AFKing or switching lobbies. I swear I'm not sponsored by Marina.